Yeah. I'm gonna need a coffee first. And we're back with coffee. So for this week's vlog, let me have some coffee first. Okay, because I have family coming in this week, I decided I'd do more of a sit-down style video, and this is also one that I've thought about filming because I think I need to film it. I need to embarrass myself on the internet so that I actually get things done. So what I'm gonna do today is go through all of my works in progress, every single craft from quilting to embroidery. I'm gonna show you everything that's in process, and we will maybe consider if I'm actually going to make those items. So I will have down below the quilting section, the knitting section, the embroidery section, and so on. So look for the timestamps for those, but I think I'm gonna start, I guess, with quilting because it's the biggest one and it's kind of surrounding me right now. So here we go. Oy vey. All right, we'll get this one out of the way. So this is, if you watched my last vlog, this is for the mini series Sew Along, and I'm actually filming this the day that that vlog comes out. So I haven't made any progress because it's not even been a day yet. So this is the fabric I just got in for the mini series Sew Along. It's the Allison Glass Century Solids and the Hopscotch bundle. And then I also have a white and then a charcoal to use for the neutral part of those blocks. So this one's gonna get done. We're gonna start on it now. Really, I am, I swear. All right, I don't wanna talk about this one. This project is, I should have brought my quilt book in here. Future editing me will maybe remember to show you in my quilt notebook what this should look like, because it's not gonna look very good right now. But this is a English paper piecing project that I started 10 years ago. Yeah, probably 10 years ago. It's just gonna be a like lap-sized couch quilt, but it will have the pinks and blues kind of like raining down through the kind of neutral color there. Eventually, maybe. I do want to finish this one. Do I want to finish it? Yes. Have I worked on it in the past 5 years? Maybe one time. In some places, I do have the paper piecing pieces removed, and then in other spots, I do still have them sewn in there. And I have some other little hexagons made up that I have not sewn into the quilt yet. Everything is in here for the project. Everything's in here that I need. Should I eventually get back to it? Yes. Do I think that's gonna happen anytime soon? No. So that's the other, yeah, there's another one that we're not talking about that's 10 years old as well. So there's that. All right, this is a new-ish project. It was not what I chose to do, but my aunt knows that I sew. She doesn't sew. She wanted to do something for my mom for Christmas, so she got this panel. I will try to remember to take a better shot of the full panel spread out, but she got this red truck panel piece of Christmas fabric. My mom really loves red truck themed things. So my aunt asked if I could make that into a quilt for mom for Christmas. So I kind of have to get that one done. So I need to order kind of like a border fabric because it's not quite big enough for a couch-sized quilt. So I need to order that fabric. I picked one out that I like, but I don't know if the colors will match. So I think I'm gonna have to go to the quilt store and try to match this, and also think about like what mom would want as a border. And this one should be pretty fast and simple to do. It's just not one I picked out, so I'm not like that excited about it. This is why I don't sell anything I make. I only do it if I really like it, so it's hard for me to get motivated and make this. But if I want to get it done by Christmas, I need to do it soon. This is another English paper piecing one. I thought that I would, get these little mini charm packs. Is that what these are? Yeah, they are mini charm packs. Look at that. I thought that I would pick these up at quilt shops when I was out and about, and then I would have kind of a little history of different quilt shops I'd visited. Do I remember where any of these charm packs came from? No, absolutely not. I was thinking I would do kind of like a rainbow English paper piecing hexagon quilt. I've gotten this many together in 10 years, and I don't have any desire to make this anymore. I don't really love any of these colors or fabrics, so I don't know that this one will get done. I mean, some of them are cute. I really like this one. It's the handmade mini charm pack, and I have a bigger charm pack of this. I might use that in that quilt, but maybe I will take this to my quilt guild meeting and see if anyone else wants it, because I'm kind of done with it. Ew. Okay. This is another one that I do really want to do, and eventually I will do it. This is the Modern Selvage quilt. Basically, it's just a box of selvages that I've been stuffing in a box for 6, 7, 8 years. So I have a lot of selvages. At first, I was not cutting my selvages wide enough for the pattern that I want to do out of this book. It gives you instructions for the width that you need for the different projects. So I had to start cutting my selvages much wider than I had been previously. So I have a decent stash of selvages. I've picked out a couple different, I want to do the teal fabrics because I like that color. So mine is hopefully going to look just like the one on the front of the book. But I've got a couple of different teals in here with the selvages, and I really could probably start on this at any time. I just haven't. It's still just a box of selvages, and maybe we'll get to that one soon. That's reasonably high up on the priority list. Okay, this one is, here are my fabric swatches. I will see if I can put a better picture somewhere. This is a Christmas quilt that I want to make. Oh, and I only have the swatches and the backing. It's not even a quilt. It's not even all the fabric for a quilt. This one, however, is the next highest priority after the current king size quilt that I'm working on. We switched from a king size bed or a queen size bed to a king size bed earlier this year. So all the quilts that I previously made don't really fit the bed. I do tend to make my quilts a lot longer on the sides for a queen size. So some of them kind of fit, but not fully. But I do want to make some new king sized quilts that will fit this bed. So this is the Spirit to Create fabric from Free Spirit Fabrics. And this one is going to be the backing. And then I pulled colors from my Kona Solids book that would match this. And the front is going to be 5 large colored stripes with like a white cream in between. So kind of just a gradient quilt, but in solids that are striped. So it should be really, really quick. I've done a queen size one of that before, and it was a very fast project. I just need to order the fabric in the colors that I picked out. Forgot I hadn't done that yet. And then I should be good to go on that one. But first I'm gonna finish the Halloween king size quilt. I can almost see the floor. Oh, look, there it is. This is the Halloween king size quilt that I've been working on, that I stopped working on. So those are some of the stripes. If you've watched my earlier vlogs, you've seen footage of this. So this one has, yeah, everything in here to finish this quilt, except for the backing. The backing's in the other room, but this is the top priority quilt right now. So I'm hopefully going to start working on this one after my parents leave. I don't think I'll have any time to quilt or do anything really other than knitting this week, but this is our next highest priority quilt. All right, this is kind of a quilt, but kind of not. But it is one that I really want to make. So these are 2 blocks that I made when I thought I was going to do this just out of scrappy material. And then I decided I really don't like how all the different patterns look together. I'm a kind of minimalist design person for the most part. And what I've decided I'm going to do is use low volume neutrals, mostly black, white, and gray. And then I'm just gonna use solid color pieces. So the background will all be low volume with a pattern, and then the colors will all be solids. So that way I don't have too many patterns on different places coming together. So I like this one a lot more with the solids. These 2 stress me out, and this one stresses me out a lot. So that's the plan. The quilt, I don't think I said that yet. The quilt is the Long Time Gone quilt, and it's a beast. I'm kind of terrified. If you search the hashtag on Instagram, there are so many gorgeous ones, but it's a sampler. It has so many different blocks in there, blocks I've never done, techniques I've never done, but I really like it. I really think it'll look cool once I finish it. So I do still want to do this quilt. We're eventually going to do this quilt. This is another quilt that's a fairly high priority. I should have mentioned, Beth, if you're watching, turn off the video, Beth. So this is the, I'm gonna say llama quilt, but what's the real name of it? Lloyd and Lola quilt by Elizabeth Hartman. If you know her patterns, you know how intricate they are. And I kind of stalled out on this one, but this is for my really good friend who loves llamas, even though I think Lloyd and Lola are maybe supposed to be alpacas. But either way, doesn't matter. They should be llamas, right? Llamas. But I have the pom-poms across the top done, and I think I have both of their little faces and necks done. And I need to finish the rest of that quilt. I have the backing for it. I have everything that I need. I just need to finish it. This one's probably going on 4 years in progress. Really need to do that, especially if Beth has watched this now and she's gonna murder me. She has no idea she's getting this quilt, and I want her to be surprised, so we'll see. But this one is a must finish. I'm missing a quilt somewhere. I will put in, I know I have pictures of it. Now I'm a little concerned about where the blocks are. So I have the postcard from Sweden quilt, all cut, most of it sewn together, and they're labeled in individual packages with the rows, but I have a picture of where I had it set up at our old house before we moved to Vermont, and it was on my design wall, and now I have no idea where that is. So we could be missing more than one quilt, but that's the one I know that I'm missing right now. But this box may or may not be a quilt. So these are fabrics that I have cut out for another quilt that I made, but I absolutely love both of these. Oh, there's multiple fabric lines in here, but I love both of these quilts. This one is one that I made for our bed. I will insert an image of it somewhere. And then this other one was a baby quilt for a friend, and it's got really nice navies, pinks, and neutrals. I love this fabric, and I kind of wanted to make a quilt in those colors for myself because they don't scream baby, infant. So I kept all of the extras, and I wanted to make a quilt for the couch or something in those colors, so maybe I will get to that. But now I'm still wondering where that other quilt is, so a little concerned that I've lost quilts along the way. I know it's here in this house. I've seen it since we moved. It's somewhere. This is the other quilt I'm not talking about. So I will try to get some footage of a close-up of this. This is my hand quilting project that I have had on this quilting hoop for 10 years. This fabric was given to me at my bridal shower engagement party. I worked at a yarn and fabric store at the time, and I basically had like a crafty engagement party because that's who I am. And so this fabric was a fat quarter set that somebody gave me, and I started this quilt before we got married. We will have been married 10 years next year, and it's actually really special to me. This is my grandmother's quilting hoop, and she passed away in June. Can't talk about that without crying, but I have hand quilted on it. She has hand quilted stitches on it. Like I can tell right here, these are her stitches. And then my mother has also done some hand quilting on it. So I have 3 generations of hand quilters work in this one quilt. And I do really want to finish it because I want to have it and keep it forever. But I also kind of like don't want to finish it. If that makes any sense? It's just a really emotional project for me. So this one is still kind of hanging out. And it looks really nice sitting up in my quilt room. All right, I think that's all of the quilting projects, so we'll move on to knitting. Okay, this first project is one I am actively working on. It has been in progress for 4 years, maybe 5. It is a Icelandic sweater for my spouse. When we came back from Iceland, I wanted to make us both Icelandic sweaters. So this is the Grettir Icelandic pullover from Jared Flood. I am really close to finishing this. It's hard to sit down and do it because I have to pay so much attention to the pattern. And usually if we're watching TV, it's in the evening or something, and I don't have much of an attention span left. But I'm on the yoke. We are so close to done. I'm hoping that I get this finished this year. I'm also a little worried that it's not going to fit anymore. COVID happened, so we'll find out. It might be a sweater for me. We'll see. This is my other sock that I'm currently working on. You have seen these if you follow me on Instagram or if you've watched any of my other vlogs. I think these have been in every single vlog. I just finished turning the heel on the second sock. All I have to do is knit down the foot, finish the toe, then I'm done. This probably will get done in the month of October, so I am looking forward to that. Socks are kind of the thing I finish the most often. I have a ton of hand knit socks that I've made over the years, so that one will get done no problem. The rest of these, see. This doesn't count as a project. We're good, we don't have to finish this one. So this bag is just cotton yarns that I use for baby hats. So this is kind of like my baby hat holding bag space where I can easily and quickly find the yarns to make the berry hats that I like to do when someone's having a baby. So I will link the pattern in the show notes. This is going to be a massive, I don't know if I can link all of these, but this one I will either try to put a picture up or link. It's the baby berry hat. You can find it on Ravelry. It's a free pattern. It's really, really quick and easy to knit for newborns, and I love making that one. So this is just kind of a project, not project, that I keep in a bag so I can quickly grab it, make a baby hat when I need to, and everything's ready to go. All right, what's in here? I have no idea. I don't remember what this is. Okay, this apparently was going to be a hat. For who? I don't know. What pattern? Also don't know. So this is probably not going to be a hat anymore. We'll make something else with that. I have no idea what I was doing for that project. All right, another surprise in a bag. Okay, this one I really do want to finish. The pattern, again, just takes a lot of attention, and I don't have the best attention span in the evenings, which is usually when I'm knitting. I don't think that needle's supposed to be in there. Ah, I'm on the thumb gusset. All right, this is the, I know it's on my Ravelry. I know I've seen this. It's by Nell Knits. So I actually used to work with it at a yarn store. Nell, what pattern is this? Brancusi. These are the Brancusi cabled mitts. So I will have this one linked. I swear I will. But again, it's a really cute cable pattern, but it just takes a lot of concentration, and I don't have much of that most days. So that one will get done. I swear that one will get done. What yarn is this? I think it's a Madeline Tosh. No, it's a Kismet Country Road. That was a really nice yarn. I'm going to finish that one this winter. You heard it here. I will finish this one before all the snow melts in Vermont this year. Here's another unknown project. This one at least has a pattern. It's not started. Is it really a project if it's in a bag and you haven't started it? Comment down below. Let me know if this is actually a project. This is just like an idea. So I don't know what yarn this is. It looks kind of similar to that last one, but I don't think I had two skeins of that. There are like 6 different pairs of circulars in here, including these glass circulars that I kind of forgot that I had, but those are really nice. What am I making? No one knows. No, I'm not. What was I doing? Apparently this is a sweater. Y'all, what the? I thought I was gonna make a sweater. Okay, one thing you should know. I have made 2 sweaters in my entire knitting. I have been knitting since 2006. I've been knitting since 2006. I don't want to do the math. Please don't make me. Please don't do the math and don't leave it in a comment. I've been knitting since 2006. In that time, I have made 2 sweaters. Neither one really fit me. Both were open face cardigans because that's mainly what I wear. That's what I work from home. And so day to day, I like to wear something that if I get too hot, I can take it off. So both of the ones that I've knit have been cardigans. And this is a full sweater. What book is this from? I don't know. It's the Honeycomb sweater. I will try to do some research and see if I can find where this is from. I must have a sweater's quantity of whatever this is. I have no words for past Courtney. I don't even know how long this has been in this bag. Well, I can't find one quilt, and I have found a project that I don't even, I mean, the sweater looks cute. It looks like a cute sweater, but I'd really rather knit a cardigan. Like, the next sweater I knit for me, after I finish the one for the spouse, we will finish the spousal unit sweater. But the next one that I make for me, I would want to be, I think, a cardigan. But this is kind of cute. I don't know. I'll have to locate the actual pattern because I don't know what I have no idea. Why did I think a sweater would fit in this bag? What? I don't know. It's another mystery one. Do you remember when Toms used to actually give you bags with your shoes? I don't think they do that anymore. But those are great project bags. Ooh. I should finish these. These are really nice. So these are just a striped, I think I was making fingerless mitts. Just a striped fingerless mitt in a silk yarn. And I had gotten all the way to the thumb hole and kind of stopped. I do think the stripe on this was kind of getting to be a pain because it is so small. But then will I wear fingerless mitts? I don't go outside. I mean, I do. When I do go outside in the winter, it's usually I'm going for a run and I'm not going to wear a really nice hand knit fingerless mitt. Hand knit fingerless mitt. If I'm running. But they'd be nice to have. I should finish them. I mean, I have this really nice yarn. We're gonna give that one of those 2 fingerless mitts will get done this winter. Let's hope. Oh, I know what this is, and I don't want to open it because it's, ugh. This is another one of those, I have to pay attention to it, so I'm not going to do it. Ones. Okay, I'm further along than I thought I was. Hold on. Dig for project. I made a whole sock. I didn't think I'd finished one of them. So this is the one and only pattern sock I've ever made. I will try to get a good picture. I usually only make plain vanilla socks. These are the Elm socks from the Knitter's Book of Socks. That's a really great book. I need to use my knitting books more than I do, and my quilt books. I usually just download patterns off of Ravelry, so I really need to do that more. But I finished one sock, yay, and I have started the second sock. But again, this is a pattern that I have to pay attention to, so I very rarely work on this. I would say I know I was still working at the yarn store when I started this. I'd say this one's probably a solid 10, maybe 11 years old. Oh, we're down to the last bag of knitting. Yes, last bag of knitting. This one, again, Beth, please don't watch this. This is my probably 4th or 5th attempt at making a lace traveling woman shawl. If you've been knitting for more years than I'd like to admit, since the early 2000s, you remember how popular the traveling woman shawl pattern was. And this is as far as I've gotten. I learned that I hate lace. This was actually supposed to be Beth's wedding shawl. Beth has been married longer than I've been married, so we don't want to talk about how long that is, but I've started it and quit at least 4, if not 5 times. I am not a lace knitter. I get super frustrated with this pattern. I also think the yarn, I think it's an alpaca lace. I think that's not the best choice, but I'm going to finish it one day, maybe for her 20th wedding anniversary. That sounds like a great plan. So 20 years, there you go. Beth, I will get this done by your 20th anniversary. Let's hope. All right. I have 2 spinning projects. One, I don't know that we are going to count this. So we'll talk about this one first. So this is silk that I spun from a top. I don't really like this color. I don't love blue. Shocking with how much blue you've probably just seen. But especially, I'm just not a blue person. I don't wear a lot of blue. I wear a lot of neutrals. And I have no idea what I would ever make with silk. So it was really more practice. So I don't know that I'm ever going to make this into anything. It may just set up on the shelf as an accessory, a decoration. This is the other actually in progress spinning project. This was the Prophecy yarn from Two Up by Hand. If you've watched my other vlogs, you've seen this one. So this is the first spool that I spun. The other one is still on my spinning wheel. I'm going to ply these probably after my parents leave, and then this will become yarn and go into the stash of hand spun yarn I've never done anything with. That might be a separate video of what should I do with this hand spun yarn other than set it on a shelf. Last 2 things. Yes. All right. These are the embroidery projects that I have ongoing right now. So this first one is supposed to be a name tag for my quilt guild. I moved to Vermont in mid 2021 and joined a quilt guild. Most of the meetings have been virtual, and then all of the in-person ones I have been traveling or too busy or too exhausted from traveling to attend. But when you go to a quilt guild meeting, typically you wear a name tag, and I was making mine and embroidering it, and I got this far, haven't finished. This has to get done. I'm gonna try really hard to make November's meeting and finish this by then. We'll see. All right, this is an embroidery project that I'm probably going to put down and not work on for a little bit. This is the Vintage Wildflowers embroidery pattern by Julia Anderson. I really liked the different flowers on this, so I bought the PDF of the pattern online, and I do want to finish this for spring. I actually usually have one little embroidery hoop on our coffee table on kind of like a tray with a candle, usually a book or coasters, a couple other little things. And I hide the remotes for the TV underneath the embroidery hoop because I hate, remotes just look like junky and tacky to me. Like the plastic, I don't like it. So I use a little embroidery hoop to hide the remotes on the tray that's on our table. So this is probably the one that I would put up for spring. So I'll finish this sometime this winter. I really meant to make a Halloween one, but I actually have one with some yellow flowers and kind of greens and browns, and it looks really good with what I've got on the table right now. So I'm not super motivated to make a Halloween one, but maybe next year. So that's this project, and this one will get finished. So let's see how many of these are in active work right now. All right, so projects I'm actively working on, meaning, let's see how, I was going to define this, that I will probably work on in the span of a week. Let's go in the span of a month. So this one, I will probably pick up this month. Yeah, it's October. This one will count. It's been dormant for like 6 months. And I've been working on the other one, but this one we're going to try to finish in the month of October. We're going to set a challenge for myself right now. Woo! Okay, here we go. Godspeed, future Courtney. Then the mini series So Long. I'm not going to try to finish this in the month of October. I'm already so behind. Finish it by the time the challenge is over, which is like November-ish, like November 3rd, somewhere around there. So this one is in active progress. I need to reprint the first page of this so I can redo that. I did a practice block if you saw my other vlog. This one will be in progress this month. This is the spinning project. I'm definitely going to apply this probably in the next couple days, probably while my parents are here. I just may not be able to film it, but this will absolutely get done. This one, I don't know if it might get done in October. We'll see. It depends on how much downtime I have and how much like driving we're doing. But the sock will get done or close to done in the month of October. So that one isn't always in progress. There's always at least one sock on the needles. That will absolutely at least get worked on, probably tonight. Then the other one that I'm really going to challenge myself to finish this month is the king-sized Halloween quilt, and I don't care. I will put it on the bed in October. My spouse can deal. The cats can deal. It's Halloween until it's Christmas. So this one I really want to get finished. That will probably be the first time I have finished a seasonal quilt in the season that we're in. So that would be really great if I manage that. So I will try really, really hard to get that one done. And then the sweater for my spouse, this one's half active. I knit on it occasionally when I do have some extra focus in the evenings. I probably, depends on how tired my parents are, after we run them all over New England this next week. So I may get a little bit of time to work on that in the evenings if they're super tired and we're not going out or doing anything. So we'll see on that one. I'll probably get a row or two done, but not a whole lot. That might be more of a November project because it's probably not going to get too snowy and too much of sweater weather here until December. So that one's okay if it takes a time out for now. So those are the ones that are actively in progress. I will put a little count up here of how many dormant projects we have. And I had one that I scrapped. It's not even a project anymore, but whew, that was a lot. All right, so that's all for this week. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see how many of these projects I actually get finished. And at the end of October, I will try to do an update on the ones that I said are in progress. And we'll see how far I got on those and if I finished the ones that I said I was gonna finish. And definitely let me know how many projects you're working on right now. And if you do embroidery, if you do knitting, what types of crafts that you do. And don't forget to subscribe. Have a great week.